At the beginning of the movie, we see three friends. Those who are going somewhere away from the highway, and at the same time all three are intoxicated with weed. Meanwhile, suddenly the highway police car starts chasing them. Everyone gets scared seeing the police and feeds all his charas to the friend sitting behind and throw the remaining weeds on the road itself. After this, these people stop the car on the side. Then two highway police officers come to them and ask them to show their license. And then after checking the license they leave from there. But after going some distance, those police again come to them and again asks for their license. But they don't understand anything, what is happening? Just then a car passes by them fast. Then the police start chasing them. And also he takes those three friends along with him. Chasing it, he goes straight to the bar. And here we find out that person is also from a highway police officer who is also a friend of these officers. And his name is Mike. Actually all these officers were enjoying the boys to pass their time. The names of these four officers are Tony, Rabbit, Mike and Carl. And these four never take their duty seriously and keep passing their time by playing such games. Later all four go to a restaurant for lunch, where some local policemen also came. But the local police and the highway police don't like each other, and they always keep making fun of each other. One of them is a girl named Ursula in the local police, which Carl likes a lot. After some time, the highway police and the local police start fighting inside the restaurant. And his senior John comes and stops them. John tells everyone in the station that those people have to take their work seriously. Otherwise, the department will be defamed. One of them was an officer named Fava who has been suspended from road duty. And he devotes his entire time to station work. John tells all the officers to make improvements, such as making coffee and cleaning the bathrooms, but his words have no effect on them. And the next day also they keeps joking with the people passing by on the highway. Then they are told on the radio that there is a van lying near the highway. So they are sent to investigate it, but if they go there and see that local police would have already come there. And they have also started an investigation. They also found a dead body of a girl inside the van, whose body is tattooed with a monkey. An argument then ensues between Police Chief Grady and Tony over the case. And they all start fighting with each other again. Finally Tony goes on handing over the case to the local police. Later they all get scolded by the station head John. Because why they let a murder case go out of hand? And the next day they all go to a baseball game where Carl starts flirting with Ursula. And Ursula is also getting impressed by Carl. But then the baseball falls in his face. So she angrily leaves from there. And later Ursula tells her senior that she is getting bored sitting in the office. And she wants to go out and do some field work, but her seniors never take her seriously and keep making fun of her. The next day, Carl and Mike go on patrol and stop a truck and start teasing them for fun. Then the truck driver tells them that he's just leaving with some soup. But Carl and Mike go inside to check on the truck. Then the truck driver locks both of them inside and runs away. After about 2 hours Tony comes there and opens the door of the truck. After this they came to know about 150 kilograms of charas is being supplied from this truck. And there is also a monkey tattoo on these packets, which was found on the dead body of that girl. John says that this is a big deal, and they have to be resolved soon. Later the mayor also comes there, just to photograph for the newspaper. And he tells that the governor is coming to his city in a few days. And a big decision can also be taken on the police department here. The next day, Tony and Rabbit catch a couple who were driving at high speed. Then Rabbit goes to them and starts checking. Then the girl sitting in the car tries to seduce the rabbit. And her boyfriend says so too, that he can do whatever he wants with his girlfriend. And they just have to let go. Hearing this, Rabbit calls out to the girl and starts kissing her. Tony on the other hand finds out that this car is stolen goods. Later, he arrests both of them. The next day, John goes straight to the local police chief, Grady, and tells him that we got some packets of weed. And there is also a monkey tattoo on top of that. And definitely there is some link in this with the murder of that girl. And John wants the local police and them to solve the case together, and Grady laughs at John's words and flatly refuses it. We look on the other side that Tony has brought that couple to his home instead of jail. And Tony also makes out with that girl. And here Carl still begins to flirt with Ursula. And Ursula gets impressed by him too. And both of them start intimating in the same van behind that station. Then the bed inside that van breaks, due to which both get a lot of charas. And Carl takes a packet inside the station and tells John about it. Then John puts them all under investigation. Because if he doesn't do something soon, his department could be shut down. And John also asks Fowler to return to duty by removing her suspension. And later John calls Grady again and asks for his help to catch the smugglers of these terrorist case. But Grady doesn't listen to him and flatly refuses. But there Ursula was with Carl even though she was in the local police. Because she did not like the people of her department at all. And the people of her department never allow her to do field work. And she makes a promise to Carl that she will not tell the people of her department that the van is full of jurors. The next day on duty, Fowler and Tony go for lunch, but here the cashier misbehaves with Fowler. So Fowler starts beating him. And so the local police arrest Fowler. And they make fun of her by stripping her naked. And later Grady tells her that your department will be closed soon. And further says that if you give me information about the weeds of your colleagues, then I will include you in the local police. Then Grady asks Parva, what do you know about drug smugglers? But Fowler doesn't tell him anything. And rejects that offer and comes back. When Fowler comes back to the station, then John suspended her from road duty forever. The highway police was not able to do any work properly. His investigation does not progress further in this. Seeing all this, John tells all the officers that his department will be closed in a few days. We will all lose our jobs. In the evening, Carl and Ursula meet for dinner. And Ursula gives Carl an idea. When the governor comes to this town, she will also give a speech on drugs during the party and also if the highway police recover drug packets. That's why the governor will not close his department. And then those people can show the packets of ganja kept in that van to the governor. And Ursula will also help him to get the van out of the local police custody. Carl shared this idea with all his colleagues. And everyone makes a plan. The mayor and governor arrived at the party the next day. At the same time, only 2 policemen are present in the police station. Suddenly they get a lot of calls about some strange incident. And both the officers leave the police station and go to investigate. Here Tony and Carl enter the station and steal the van. And reach the party only during the governor's address. But Tony and Carl sneak in and take a look that the local police has already taken out these narcotics. And Grady takes full credit for finding them. And then after seeing the work of the local police, the governor praises the local police and leaves from there. Carl blames Ursula that he had betrayed them and told the location of the whole plane and Grady got ready. Ursula feels very bad on hearing this because he didn't do any such thing. And then in anger Ursula leaves the place by giving hobby to Carl. The highway department closes after a few days. And all the officers celebrate their last day. And also do drinks together. Then they hear some voices from the locker room. And they go to investigate. So let's see where Fowler was wearing the uniform of the local police. Seeing this, they come to know that Fowler has betrayed him. And he told his whole plan to Grady. In return, Grady joins Fowler in the local police. Knowing this, everyone gets very angry with him and snatch his uniform from him and tied him up in the bathroom and then take his police car and go for a walk. Meanwhile, Carl talks to Ursula on the local radio and says sorry to him. And Ursula tells him to doubt her, that those people can still take revenge from the local police. And then calls them to meet at a place. They all start waiting for Ursula at that place. Then the same truck driver passes in front of them, from whose truck drugs were found. And he was going to the airport. All these officers start following him, but Fowler stops them by coming here. But I apologize for cheating. And everyone forgives him too. And then they all chase that truck and reach an airport. But here he is seen with local police smugglers. Seeing this, the highway officials understood that the local police is in collusion with drug smugglers. Meanwhile, Ursula also comes there, as if they already know about it. And she wanted to show all this to the highway officials. After this, because Ursula was not liked by the people of her department at all. And then a few days later, John gets a letter from the governor, in which she says thank you to all of them, but despite this she does not get the job of highway police back. After this the story moves ahead for 3 months. And then we see Tony and Rabbit, who was delivering beer. And they go to the same boy's house with a can of beer, which we saw at the beginning of the film, and whoever they had bullied, now these 3 boys also started having fun with them. Because now these were not policemen, but then it has been revealed he's not a Tony and the Rabbit delivery boy, rather it is the local police. The governor replaces Grady and his team with John and his team as the local police. And all of them had come here to catch drug addicts. And just like that, the film ends here.